our wind ensemble. Circus Bee. Loved by musicians and audiences alike, the Circus Bee is Henry Fillmore's greatest contribution to the band repertoire, both circus and concert, and it stands at the very top of the venerable march idiom. Long a favorite of Merle Evans, the Toscanini of the Big Top, they call him, the Circus Bee is probably a humorous salute to a non-existent circus newspaper. Don't ask me why. It could also be Fillmore poking fun at his great friend John McClure's wildly popular Billboard March. The music is both 100% pure circus and 100% pure Fillmore. The heady combination makes for a great band music selection. This is a true circus march. We will not be playing it at circus tempo tonight. I wish we could. We've had about 2 weeks in States to prepare for tonight's concert, so I still think you will really enjoy this great march. Just won't be quite circus tempo. So $1 million is waiting for anybody who can tell me how many notes were in that piece. All right, moving on to the Barber of Seville. Those of you that watched Bugs Bunny at some point in your life, maybe some of you still do. That's cool. You might recognize this piece a little bit. That's probably where you might have heard it. The Barber of Seville is an opera buffa in 2 acts by Gioacchino Rossini with an Italian libretto by Cesare Sterbini. The libretto was based on Pierre Beaumarchais' French comedy, The Barber of Seville. The premiere of Rossini's opera took place on February 20th, 1816. Rossini's Barber has proven to be one of the greatest masterpieces of comedy within music, and has been described as the opera buffa of all opera buffa. Even after 200 years, its popularity on the modern opera stage attests to that greatness. I have always loved orchestral music. I studied orchestral music for a very long time, and I love orchestral transcriptions. This is a true transcription of the original orchestral work. So I hope you enjoy The Barber of Seville. Is that time again? Our awards. Okay. First year members, Wind Ensemble. Kristen Bandy. Paige Butowski. Katie Calafina. Zach Haney. Hannah Jackson. Jesse Lund. Mariah Painter. Jade Robertson. And that's it. First year members. Our second year members, Nathan Baker, Ben Dieter, Abby Duncan, Matthew Kelch, Emma Stofferin, and Samantha Woodring. Second. All right, so the third year, Anna Baker, Chase Cornell, Matthew Coyne, Lindsay Bendowski, Jersey Dick, Maria Hofinger, Casey Kaiser, Adina McClellan, Mallory McLean, Elizabeth Morris, Anna Perry, Cheyenne Pyle, Ethan Robert, Kelsey Roberts, Daniel Roby, David Schroeder, Courtney Shannon, Haley Svensson, Elizabeth Taberti, Jamie Weldon, and Taylor Wester. All right, on to our fourth year members, starting with Brittany Baglin. She will be attending Marion Technical College studying nursing. Trent Burchett, The Ohio State University studying engineering. Amanda Crawley, attending Wittenberg University studying English. Megan Hennis, Capital University Music Education. Kyle Hildreth, Ohio University studying screenwriting and producing. Josh Chakai will be attending Columbus State, here in Columbus, obviously, and he is right now on the side. Amanda Lipscomb will be attending Kent State University and studying English as a second language. By the way, she's been learning Chinese this year. Yes. Mark Luss, The Ohio State University, and will be studying electrical engineering. Adam Montville, Capital University, and will be studying music composition. Ben Mosier, The Ohio State University, studying food science and math. Andrea Murch will be attending the OSU Newark campus and will be studying business with a minor, minor? It's a separate. Okay, separate schooling in cosmetology. Evan Pliska, The Ohio State University, studying computer science and engineering. Richard Sapp. There's a ledge there. The same. Richard, there he is. And he will be attending Columbus State and studying music education. Ross Tamburo, The Ohio State University, studying journalism. Sarah Taylor, The Ohio State University, and will be going into pre-med. Dalton Vidash, Muskingum College, and as far as I know, is undecided at this time. And Ian Wilkinson will be attending Ohio University and studying criminal psychology, as well as entering the Air National Guard Security Forces. All right, so moving on to the John Philip Sousa Band Award. This is a nationally recognized award. It is given all over the country and is awarded to only a senior. In recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music, for singular merit in loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. The John Philip Sousa Band Award is hereby presented to Megan Hennis. All right, I believe we have a couple of students that would like to come up, have a couple things.
So since this is our last concert with Mr. L, the band wanted to give him a gift to say thank you, so we asked the band to sign this picture as a gift for him on his last concert.
That's one of my all-time favorite pictures by Mr. John Duncan. All right, you've hung in there all night, and I can't even begin to thank you. But I do have a couple thank yous, and I hope you understand this being my final concert. As we close this final concert of the 2013-2014 school year, I would like to thank a few people for the amazing experience I've had over the past 5 years. First of all, thank you to the many parent volunteers who have dedicated countless hours to ensure that these young men and women have the best musical experience possible. There are far too many people to mention, but I would like to extend a special thanks to Fred and Selena Hoop, Chris and Cheryl Basso, Doug and Susan Munger, Brenda Ribble, John and Kathy Duncan, Mark and Meredith Ramsey, Jason and Kelly Likely, Doug and Maria Schaefer, Earl and Donna Freilich, Don and Laura Daniels, Ron and Tracy Waite, John and Sandy Vidash, Scott and Laura Lust, Lori Fuller, Stacy Rogers, Liz Taylor, Kim Moran, and Evelyn Cornell for being so instrumental in leading our HMB Bradley chapter in recent years. Like I said, there are many more folks I can mention, and please know I am so grateful for every one of you and your endless commitment and sacrifice over the years. Secondly, I would like to thank my staff over the past several years who have helped me mold these young men and women to some of the finest musicians and people across the state. Additionally, these folks have had a tremendous impact on my life as a person. I could not have done this job without them. Charles Roth, Lisa Galvin, Angela Duvall, Michael Terranova, Kristen Terranova, Kelsey Burkett, Christina Koba, Blake Brown, David Guy Lee, Mark Reynolds, Steve Hagemeyer, Kyle Thomas, and Corey Doran. A special thank you to Sarah Popovich and Laura Moore for being two amazing partners in the Performing Arts Department. They are two of the smartest and most talented individuals I know. I am so proud to have worked with them each and every day for the past 5 years. Next, thank you to the Hilliard City Schools entire administration, most especially to Mindy Mordarsky, Molly Walker, Tim Delapina, Matthew Sparks, and Nick Gaston, and the Board of Education for allowing me the opportunity to break ground on such an amazing place. Furthermore, a special thank you to our former principal of Bradley High School, Mr. David Stewart. Mr. Stewart hired me, he believed in me, and he shared the same passion and vision for the music programs we have here today at Bradley. I truly believe what we have created at Bradley High School is a place like no other. The slogan, "We are Bradley," will live in my heart forever. To the Bradley Band students, past and present, it breaks my heart that my time has passed, but God has another plan for me in this lifetime. Know that I will never forget any of you, for I have loved you like my own. I dedicated my life to this school, not because it was my job or because I had to, but because I wanted to help each and every one of you become great musicians, better people, and continue to love music the rest of your life. Remember our successes for sure, but most of all, remember that music is a life skill that never has to end. Continue the strong traditions we have set, especially the standard of music excellence found in the classroom every day, and keep making music the rest of your life. To my wife and 3 daughters, I thank you for standing by me each and every day while I pursued this most rewarding career. This profession requires a great deal of time and would not be possible without a supportive home front. I am truly blessed to have such wonderful, caring women in my life who have not only supported me, but have lifted me up so many times throughout my career. Deanna, Elena, Grace, and Claire, you are my inspiration and the reason I wake up every day. Lastly, as my professional life takes a new turn, I look forward to continuing to change lives in education. Moreover, I look forward to being a strong advocate for teacher training and music education. Education needs more people, not just to help train teachers in the classroom, but fight for the importance of the arts in our schools. I promise that no matter where I end up, you can count on me to be your biggest cheerleader in education. At this time, our wind ensemble will perform one final selection to close tonight's program. This music composition represents the beginning of my career and the end of my time at Bradley High School. As a young student teacher at Northland High School, I was afforded the opportunity to conduct this piece. That was 16 years ago as a young, inexperienced teacher. And now this evening I get the chance to conduct this piece one final time in hopes that I have made a difference in young people's lives. Leonard Bernstein was a very passionate musician whose exceptional talents and expressive gifts earned him a special place in the hearts of New Yorkers. He rose to instant national fame in 1943 at the age of 25, when he filled in for the suddenly ill Bruno Walter as conductor of a nationally televised New York Philharmonic performance. He went on to become the Philharmonic's music director until 1969. He remained a frequent guest conductor there until his death. With the Philharmonic, he presented a series of 53 educational young people's concerts, which were broadcast on CBS, making him a familiar face around the nation. He also composed music crossing the academic classical music into Broadway musicals, including West Side Story, On the Town, and Candide. Bernstein's operetta Candide is based on the French philosopher Voltaire's satirical 1759 novella of the same name. Candide is an ignorant young man who lives in a sheltered paradise. He is mentored by Dr. Pangloss, who believes that they live in the best of all possible worlds. This optimistic principle is tested to the breaking point as Candide is cast out of his revered into one abhorrent trial after another. By the story's end, he has seen everything he ever loved wither away amidst death, destruction, and deceit on a massive scale all over the world. He finally amends his life philosophy to be more pragmatic. Let us cultivate our garden. The story amounts to a thorough skewering of the then fashionable optimistic philosophy, with a few jokes at the expense of government, religion, and society thrown in for good measure. Voltaire's original version is one of the most widely taught pieces of literature in the Western canon. Bernstein's operetta, though not a success in its first incarnation, is a staple in the repertoire of opera companies around the world. The overture to Candide is the most famous excerpt of the operetta. It is played hundreds of times all over the world every year. It is considered to be sort of the theme song of Bernstein's beloved New York Philharmonic, who have played it without a conductor ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, to close out this concert in my time here at Bradley High School, Overture to Candide.